It's Sunday the 28th of August 2022, so I'm just going to try a bit of a coastal walk today, coastal run walk. So I'm in southwest Wales, just beyond Haverfordwest, between Haverfordwest and Dale, and I'm just coming down from Hasgard across to Little Haven, and I'm going to join the Pembrokeshire coastal path there, and then I'm going to go round the path and basically go round the peninsula and then end up back in Dale. And if my calculations are right, it's about 25 kilometres, so a longer run today. And what I've decided is this is a real tester for whether I'm going to be capable of doing a marathon in a month's time, a trail marathon, the Clarendon. It's the path proper. Make my way through the gate. See the sea through the hedges there. Just about. So this is it. So I'm on this for about another 22, 23 kilometres. There you are. It's my first really good view of St Bride's Bay. I used to go diving in here years and years ago. There's Little Haven tucked in there, and the bigger town there is Broadhaven. Used to launch there, and you can see all the way up to St David's up the bay there. So it's a lot I mentioned years ago. Used to dive in around here. I was back in the 90s. Actually haven't been on this coastal path in a long time, and I never did a stretch like this, so I'm not familiar with it at all really. But this is really shaded in this section, lots of trees. Having said that, just coming into an opening, and very up and down. I think this is the highest part of the trail that I'm going to be on today, but it does just undulate, goes up and down all the way around the coast, so that's why I'm probably going to walk around it, you know, not stress myself on the little rises. So after a little bit of climbing, here comes the reward. Out here all on my own, looking out over St Bride's Bay, and then out into the Irish Sea over there. So I'm going to head round the corner and head towards Skomer Island, and that will be the furthest west I'll go. Just when you think you're on your own, another runner coming through. Okay, not the only one on this trail. So there we go. Oh, hiya. Oh, thanks. Right. Cheers.
Have a good run.
And you. Cheers. So it's nice to see another runner. So he was travelling a lot lighter than I was. Got about half a litre of water with him. So I'm assuming he's probably doing a 10k or something. Every corner you've got these cliffs, there's a little yacht out there in the cove. So yesterday I did the Barry Island park run, 5k, over to the southwest of Cardiff. That was really nice. Big thank you to Denise, the run director, and all of the volunteers. You were super, really friendly group. Had to work the hills there, took it nice and easy because I wanted to do this run today. I'm not normally a back-to-back running day person. I normally need at least a day of rest. Ran it with my brother, which is brilliant, and he's doing well. And yeah, getting used to hills again after living in the Netherlands for the past 6.5 years, and this is quite some way to kind of break that coming out here. This section, as we come round, I think that stack rock out there, I can't remember now from my diving days, a little bit more open, or a lot more open. You haven't got the trees anymore that we had nearer to the Little Haven section. Coming down to one of the first little inlets, little beach areas along here. I can't remember if this has got a name or what it's called. Yeah, coming into the bay, carry on along here and climb back up the cliff. So about 7 kilometres in now, so about a third of the way. Well, not quite, not far off a third of the way, another kilometre to go. It's a kind of flat ground, come across, or flattish ground with a wider path. So I'm just coming into St Brideshaven. So after St Brideshaven, I turn around the point to Skomer, and I used to do shore diving out of St Brideshaven, either when you didn't have a boat or when the conditions were bad out in the bay, or for a night dive in St Brideshaven. Little cove. Just sort of pick my way around the path here without twisting my ankle. Here's St Bridget, the church, little car park here at St Brideshaven. So I'm just going to keep going along the coastal path. So the next stop is St Martinshaven, 4 miles. So 13 kilometres in, so over the halfway mark. This bit of the trail's not too bad, but when it gets really worn and deep and narrow, I find it quite difficult to run on, because as my feet are passing each other, they're brushing each other or banging into my ankles, and the banking is often too severe. But generally it's a lot better than I was expecting, and you very often get these much smoother sections where you can start to make some much better progress. But it's actually nice to have those breaks. That's the nice thing about trail running, is the scenery and the surroundings distract you from worrying about what pace you're doing and whether this is aching or that is aching, and you just enjoy the views. Oops, I can't see what's going on here. This gate, so there's a few gates every so often along here. That was actually, catch is broken on that one. And yeah, so trail running, and it's also that variability, you know, you have to adapt to what's underneath your feet and what's coming up ahead of you, what you're going down, and yeah, variety. Yeah, it's another little crossing point, so I don't actually go over there, I actually go back up this up the hill and around onto the trail. Big rise, so just starting to go down a little bit and then back up again. This is the bit where when my legs are tiring, I start to have difficulty on these kind of steps. To go sideways. Little haven there. It's very rocky through here, so I'm taking it easy. I've already just fell over once, so I thought I'd better take it easy. Now I've got a nice blackened thumb now. I really smacked my nail, didn't smack my knees fortunately, which is my usual trick. Steps down into Martinshaven, and then I'll start heading back towards Dale to turn the corner. It's a lighthouse, you can just see them peeking over the top there, and Skomer across the other side. So the Dale Princess, that's Dale Princess out there, does little boat tours, been doing that for years. So Skomer, the island of Skomer, is actually a marine nature reserve. It's one of the first 2 created, along with Lundy Island in the Bristol Channel in the UK, and it's really to preserve the underwater environment as well as the land environment. And underwater there, what you've got is large seagrass beds, or eelgrass can be called as well. And what you have in amongst that is, as the name implies, the eelgrass is sand eels. Sand eels, if you've ever seen the classic photos of puffins, that's what they feed on. So that's those little fish sticking out of their mouths when they come up after diving in. And also eelgrass is perfect environment for seahorses. So you actually see seahorses in there, and they need very undisturbed. Obviously, if people are weighing anchor and all sorts of things, it starts mucking it all up. So yeah, very sensitive environment out there. And yeah, that was the purpose of the Marine Conservation Act. It's all pretty dramatic rocks along this side. So I've got 7.5 kilometres to go now. So getting a bit knackered, but not too bad. Just taking on some extra water. Actually found my reserve bottle was leaking. So my whole back is soaking. It's actually been leaking the whole time. And, so it's a good job there's drinking water at Martin's Haven there. The wind's definitely got up. So we've got about 6k to go now. A little haven shelter there. Although the wind's got up, it's actually quite pleasant. Actually helps cool you down a lot. There's Marloes Beach. So I know I'm on the final stretch now. There's people down on the beach. So this is my trail. You see, a bit further down. Actually, I'm not sure whether that's my trail. That looks like a road, doesn't it? I think I carry on the coastal path there. Oh no, yeah, that's the trail down onto the beach. So you can see last bit of climbing to do on this course. Another 110 metres of climbing. So, hello. So the half marathon done. That's 21 kilometres, 13.1 miles. So just a little bit further to go now. Just got asked just to confirm that was Marloes by sounded German. A couple of walkers. So far I think we've seen 11 pairs of walkers, 1 solo walker and 4 runners. The majority have actually been on this side, but actually the runners were predominantly, I think 3 of them, yeah, 3 of them were on the other side from Little Haven round to St Bride's Haven. I think that's the last major climb coming up. Get myself into Dale, or am I? No, actually, I might be cutting that corner off and heading straight left here in a minute. So I've got about a kilometre, let's see, at 1.4 kilometres, 1.5 kilometres to go. So this little ascent down here, yeah, I turn left there at the bottom where you can see those, you might be able to see those people, and then I head into, and there's Dale. That's it, just lost it walking to Dale, so that's 25k. Pretty tough going, and probably in the middle third. Lots of steep ascents followed by ascents, and then the last climb down into Dale I found really tough. I had to kind of go sideways with the legs aching so much, and it was quite steep. And then you kind of come across meadowlands, which is really nice. There's a last little bit of sun here. Get a shower and grab something to eat. I always like something to eat almost immediately, but just for the sake of humanity and everybody around me, it's best that I get a shower first after a run like that. So a good bit of exercise.